So several people say that I should share some of my stories and regale people of the life of MoJo. So I'm gonna try one right here. All right. I'm kind of old at this point, so I'm gonna go way back, more than 25 years back. Actually, more than 30 years back on this one. But it was a funny story, and it gives a perspective of who I am now and how I've always been. So anyway, there's always been, even when I was a small child, inexplicably, people that hated me and wanted to hurt me and never did anything to them. These people, though, at this time, I was, I guess, 17 or so, and what had happened was they were in a gang that attacked me for wearing my football jersey of a school they didn't like. And they associated that with me being affiliated with people I actually hated at my own school, and actually had been in several conflicts with in my own school. So we had mutual enemies, but since I had that jersey on at the wrong place, which was FAMU High, they attacked me, they jumped me. I've been fighting my entire life. My entire life, all right? So I actually take it seriously. I've been training since I was 7 years old, because in my household, ass whooping is your fault. Nobody coming to protect you if you can't protect you. So it's your obligation to be able to carry, as my father says, tote your own ass out the house and in the house. Don't go out there and put more ass on the street than you can tote back home in a wheelbarrow. That's what my father says, my namesake. So I've never asked anyone to help me and never needed it. I mean, since I was in elementary school, if you had a problem with me, you just had a problem with life, because I've always been smarter than everyone. I'm not just going to use these. I train them. But I'm probably going to figure out some scenario that completely makes you not a problem to me. No matter your numbers, no matter the situation, if you decide to come for me, I'm going here first. I'm going to think, I'm going to do reconnaissance, I'm going to figure out the least effort to do the most damage. That's always been my way. So anyway, these guys, they wanted to hurt me. Actually, they wanted to kill me, but yeah, they wasn't never on my level. I ain't taking it that serious. So anyway, fast forward, there was this birthday party a girl had at a club. They had it, you know, at a park that you could rent to have events, right? Everybody told me, man, these guys looking for you. You better not show up there. Anyone that knows me knows that that's basically an invitation. And they did actually send me an engraved invitation to what they felt was going to be my own ass whooping, but yeah, they didn't really get me. So anyway, a lot of people hated me. The problem was they didn't actually know what I looked like. They only knew what car I drove. They knew this red Camaro. So they looked for the red Camaro and they were going to whoop that boy ass that drove that red Camaro. Well, incidentally, I was grounded. I wasn't allowed to drive that red Camaro, and it has a very loud engine and a very loud throttle when you start it. I had every intention of going to the party, and I did. But the party started at 10. See, I'm different. I'm built different. Around 10 a.m., I got on my 10-speed bicycle, strapped as much gear and stuff on the back of it, and put as much in my backpack as I could, including sledgehammers, axes, monofilament fishing line, pulleys, shovels. You know, it's a park. Outside that building is wilderness. That's my territory. They should have stayed inside the building. Anyway, so about 10 a.m. I started tying lines 16 feet high in between trees, mark them with fluorescent paint, putting baseball bats and axe handles behind where people will trip, you know, setting booby traps. Because, you know, I plan to run away. Anyway, I spent about 4.5, 5 hours out there setting up the battleground. I showed up at the party after making sure that the only boys I had that had them kind of nuts would also be in attendance. But I told them, do not act. And a lot of them actually had mutual beef with the guys, so that's why they was the ones down with it. Everybody else was terrified to be around me because, I mean, some people actually really, really got hurt. Some people died. Literally. It wasn't that much of a joke after that. Still a joke to me. Anyway. So, I told them, even though you got beef with dudes, and all the dudes will be here, don't move until I give you the signal. They say, what's the signal? I said, trust me, you don't know. They said, all right. All right, MoJo. MoJo. Cool. So knowing that these guys don't know what I look like, I stole my father's S10 pickup truck because it was easy. He parked it on the hill of where our house was. He had 2 spare keys, but actually I had an additional spare key to every vehicle my family has ever owned, and I got them when they bought the vehicles, actually. They bought the vehicles, the dealer gave them the keys. What the dealers never do is give you the key the dealer has in his office that's hanging on the wall. I always used to take them off the wall, and no one ever notices that. Because when you buy a car, you know, they throw away those keys. They have a little number on them. That's for test driving. I always had keys in my parents' car. I just never had reason to use them outside of, you know, unlock the car, get some candy or something, you know, whatever. They thought I wasn't going to get checked for Christmas presents in the trunk like a normal child. I've never been a normal child. I was born an adult. I was born an adult. And I was born with people fucking with me. And I was given the option to deal with that shit myself. Ain't nobody gonna help you. Deal with it. That's the house I grew up in. And I learned to deal with it. And when you have a mind like mine, shit. I used to send adults to hospitals when I was in first motherfucking grade. I don't give a fuck about nobody my age. Anyway, so went to the party, right? picked up my grounded friend. Well, anyway, let me tell you about the truck. So my daddy's truck, he got a lot of tools in it. It's heavy as fuck. It's on the hill. Just used to put that motherfucker in neutral. Let it roll itself a half mile down the street, just on weight and momentum. So when I started, no one hears it. My bright red car, that's my identity, still in the goddamn, it's still in the house. No one heard anything. Plus, that truck got another ton of tools in it. Crowbars, hammers, axes. Lots of bad stuff if you get in a bad spot with some dudes that think they bad. So, let's get further into the story. Pick up my dude, Shaka. He was down for anything. Go to the party, right? I'm dressed completely different than anything I ever wore. And I remember I stole my sister's Perry Ellis tortoiseshell glasses that they weren't actual lenses. They were just, fashion, but they look like real glasses. I don't wear glasses. Did my hair different. I forgot how. Had this white button up on, this black rayon, slack pants, very, unnoticeable. I did put this, this ostrich skin belt on because I wanted a little flash, but I wanted to be unnoticed. I was sitting there, in my black cart, Kent. As soon as I got there, so all the enemies. Because see, I knew them. That was the difference. I knew all of them. I knew their names. I knew where they lived. I knew everything about them. All they knew was what car I drove. The car never arrived. They were literally going in and out the party, looking at the parking lot, checking for the red Camaro, looking for MoJo. MoJo got there actually before them. I was sitting there watching them. MoJo talked to his homeboys that wanted to beat their ass. We knew all their positions. When I told them to wait for the signal, and I told them, don't worry about it, you'll understand and know when it happens. They said, cool. So everybody had fun. I let everybody have fun. See, there's a problem. If I arrive at an event on time, I didn't come there to have no goddamn fun. I came there to fight. That's me. If I came to your event to have fun, I came at least an hour late. And I came dressed to the nines. If I came there early or before time, either I'm involved in the event and I was helping set up, or there's going to be beef. Period. So anyway, I got in this conversation with the leader of the little gang that was looking for me. And I brought my name up in the conversation, This is T. So anyway, I brought my name up and he said, that motherfucker, MoJo? You know him? See, and I never mentioned to the guy. See, I mentioned his friends. I mentioned people at my school, Lincoln. I mentioned some people at Ricketts and people at FAMU High. So Buddy said, what school do you go to? Finally suspicious. When he didn't get that I started the whole combo. I said, go to Lincoln. He said, what? What, nigga? What? So you know that nigga MoJo? I said, oh, I mean, bro, you didn't even ask me. Remember, I got my Clark Kent on. You didn't even ask me. I took my glasses off. My fake glasses. My fashion glasses. To see if he even just recognized my face without the glasses on. Of course he didn't. They only know the red car. He said, yeah. Do you personally? And he articulated that shit like he was gonna swing. All my boys, they turned hard. Like they was wallflowers. They turned hard like, is it now? And I kind of looked over them. Not yet. I said, do you? And he almost poked my chest, and I almost lost my shit and broke his fucking finger off. Because, hey, I saw that shit on a movie called 3 O'Clock High when I was fucking, I don't know how old I was. But somebody actually did that to me in elementary school after I saw that movie, and I snapped their finger off. I mean, it wasn't off, but it was broken good, and they threw up and went into shock, and that absolutely works. If somebody pokes you like that, you can literally just grab it and snap it, and that's the end. There ain't no fight. If you snap somebody's finger like perpendicular off, they are not throwing a punch, they're not doing anything else. You have won. Most people are not equipped to that level of action and cruelty. But yeah, that's how you diffuse potential violence. With some quick and swift acute violence, you end it. Hey, you. Break that finger. Break it off. Let it be like a dangling thing in meat. And they foaming and stuff, and they on the floor crying, and you be a good Samaritan, call 911 for them. But it's over. They ain't gonna poke you no more, nobody no more. They're gonna regret being themselves. Anyway, back to the story. So dude was like, so you know MoJo? I said, oh, wait, I didn't know. You're looking for him? I said, yeah. He's behind you. Dude turned all the way around and I knife punched him in the throat. I put my Clark Kent glasses back on. And motherfucker turned around and said, I said, of course I do. I'm William Muldrow. I'm the one you're looking for. When you can breathe again, catch me outside. He was so yeah, I guess his little lackey caught it, and then 6 of them followed me back. I slow walked out the front, and I walked to the corner of where I knew my booby trap trail started, because I needed them to follow me exactly. And they kind of walked outside, and I said, I had to whistle, and I can't whistle like that anymore, but I had to whistle. I said, boys, the pussy's over here. Incidentally, cat that came with me, Shaka, he's literally standing on the blind side of the building with an axe handle for the first two. That's why I had to step a little wide and walk past him. When I did that, boys, he could see me. They couldn't see him. First dude runs and then whack! Axe handle straight in the forehead. Next 5 dudes slow down. They literally ran past Chuck and they didn't even see who did that to who. Chuck's like, good luck. I ain't need luck. I had preparation. So I jumped over the fishing lines because I cut a little chisel thing in the trees so that I could see the difference in between the dark of the bark and the white of the exposed wood at night. That's how I knew what the path was. I ran, they chased. Bam! Fall. As soon as you fall, something behind the tree. Bam! 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 2 down. Yeah, that's how things went. Before a dude could ever get his breath back, I walked back into the party. Them 6 cats, they never walked back into the party. Their friends felt some kind of way, so they wanted to start a little trouble. My friends did the cleanup. There wasn't no trouble. Party went to full 2 a.m. as intended. 20 people did not make it to 2 a.m. Hell, 10 didn't make it to 12. And that's MoJo. That was me 30 years ago. Imagine fucking with me now. Anyway, chapter 1 of the Tales of MoJo. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you on episode 2.